Hello?
Hello, EXO.
Ooh. Well,
Glad you can
that
join
was
me
a.
here. You have taken the first place at the Gravy Cancel Invitational without even having to have a bracket reset. How do you feel about your matches against LDZ?
My eyes are bleeding, dude.
Your eyes are bleeding. Yeah, that's right. You are from EU. I'm sure it's very late for you. You've been playing all day
uh,
and you were just trying to get through all of that. How's
sure,
it
but
feel?
I don't, it's not necessarily like any excuse or anything. Like at the end of the day, I'm the one that chooses to play on US, so I can never blame on like oh it being late or oh the ping is bad, etc. I just woke up insanely early, so yeah. Anyways, I'm pretty happy about it. It was pretty fun. Crazy games, honestly. Uh, it's such a weird adaptation of battle versus most of these players. Exit match was insanely scary. I have never been so scared in my life.
Yeah, that was kind of it made my heart race as well. Just watching you play against Egg Soup, and even though the match did end up going in your favor, I felt like everybody, including the viewers, needed to recover after that. That was insane. He plays so
Yeah,
aggressively. It's just a shame that he puts himself into positions to be punished so hard whenever he does that offstage games. Sometimes he'll drop games. I feel like he shouldn't. I
it,
want to know. You were asking for the thatch, and I know that you were kind of sarcastic about it, but when you found it and you played against him with that Ada, what was that? Was that just you being surprised, not taking it seriously, or did he actually have a really good thatch against your matchup with Ada?
I just got destroyed.
You just got destroyed?
Yeah, I just got destroyed.
I see.
I, I was like, he doesn't know the sword versus spear matchup is actually like a 90-10 matchup. Like spear wins that by 90%. No joke. Like straight up. But I suck. So and he was just better than me, so I got destroyed. And I tried to like bait him into the touch pick against the Ada, but yeah, I got destroyed. But then I was like, you know what? Back to the Boulevard. Just
And
sword to the
then
head,
that
and
was
yeah.
kind of brutal. It didn't even look like he was playing the game at that. It was very solid. You got the sword ditto that you wanted, and you were able to prove a point that yeah, all right. LDC's main weapon definitely is the sword.
Definitely.
I'm trying to think for the last minute interview that I've got here. Who were you most either looking forward to or most terrified of playing today in the Gravy Cancel Invitational? Besides, I guess say Egg Soup.
All right. Most terrified, like 100% most terrified was Egg Soup. I have to say it again because, dude, Jesus Christ. I know I just said I don't want to blame it on ping or anything, but when you're like when you have input lag and you play against that thing, that thing, I don't even want to call it like a human being because it's not. Like it doesn't make sense. Anything he does, he breaks the game. He does a weapon throw into a down air. How does that even work? I don't understand. True combo, like you can't even dodge it. I don't. No one does that stuff.
Yeah, the
I think.
ground pound down airs off stage. I've seen him take stocks off of people without even taking damage, like multiple times. On the
Uh,
right side of Mammoth Fortress, they're just like gone. I don't even notice it. I'm like, what? How did he kill there?
but
It's crazy.
when it comes to general like skill as a player, the player that's the scariest this entire tournament was probably Pugsy by far. He's the most developed. I, outside of Dobreen, I shout out to Dobreen, the god himself. Outside of Dobreen, Pugsy is definitely the most developed boom member, and probably one of the most developed players in general in Brawlhalla. He's very solid. It's
And
just that he people get into his head sometimes.
yeah, but from what I've seen from Pugsy, he's consistent top three every time I see him participate in
Correct.
anything. He might not be taking the win every time. He might be having some really close sets, but that is definitely true. I agree with that. Pugsy is incredibly developed and has been doing better and better every week that I've seen him play, especially with the Barasa. I remember last week we were kind of considering as a troll pick, but he actually seems to do quite well against you. And there's
God
always a
damn it.
discussion of tiers or whatever, but I believe you and I are both of the same opinion that a lot of the legends in this game are incredibly balanced. It just comes down to weapons.
Yeah, definitely a really good way to put it. Actually, I think every legend is really balanced. Honestly, like this isn't. There is no such thing as oh my legend is preventing me from being number one. It really isn't. Some legends in different metas have an easier time with certain weapons, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's just how you make of it. Like Sword keeps getting nerfed, dude. Okay, this is the truth. Sword has gotten nerfed over and over. It's small nerfs. It just hits here and there, but it does impact. But at the end of the day, I look at the good parts because they did nerf Sword. They did nerf Sword in many aspects, but then they added Nair into recovery as a true combo, you know? So I always look at the plus sides. And when they nerf stuff, BMG has started nerfing stuff in way better ways. That makes sense because they know what
Trade-offs.
the
They're not
yeah,
killing the weapons.
correct.
They're saying, "Hey, we're taking this because we think it's not fun to play against, and we're adding this because we believe that this will provide more depth to the matchup with the weapons." They're actually balancing rather than destroying. Like I don't know if you follow. I think that one company that I believe that likes just to completely destroy things that are not like are dominant is Blizzard. Say in reference to like Hearthstone or something. If they want to kill a card, they will make sure that card will never be played again. But that's not what BMG is doing with Brawlhalla and its weapons.
Yeah,
So
well, that's generally it, man. Thank you so much for the tournament. It was actually great. I love playing Grave Cancels.
I'm
Ah,
glad to
it's
hear
good.
that.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in with the interview. I have to make it a thing where I actually regularly interview. I'd like to be able to interview the top two of every Gravy Cancel Sunday from each week. So I'm going to try to make that into a little format. Maybe have like a little screen or something. But thanks for reminding me in the chat and coming out here and giving out your opinion. If you want, you can give out any shout outs to the chat before we leave. But I think that's all I've got for you today, unless you got something else that you want to talk about.
Oh, nothing else except for like shoutouts. Shoutouts to my EU people, specifically the Norwegian community. I love the Norwegian community so far. They have been amazing. And yeah, that's generally a shout out to Boo, shout out to Foda, and I think that's it. Thank you all for being the amazing people you are and coming out to these tournaments. I love it.
All right, thanks again, Exo, for stopping by, and we look forward to seeing you in future events. Definitely will be fun to see you be able to participate in next month's invitational. And thanks for coming out once again.